All right. Hello, hello. Guess what it's time for?
It's time for us, the Black
Black
Belt
Belt
Newscast.
Newscast. And we are live from
I'm in
Ringo
Selma,
County
Dallas County.
and Dallas County.
Yeah.
From the Black Belt, we are live. And we do enjoy coming to you guys every Friday around noon. We hit it
Right.
today. We hit it today. We don't always. Hey, we always have our headlines here from the blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. So all the stories that we're talking about have also run in our print edition, the Selma Sun, which covers Dallas County. But you can go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and it is packed with news, packed. And even if you want to just check out what's in your county, it's on the right side and you just click what county you want and it will narrow down what you're looking at to your county. And there is also a really great way to find out what's going on in the Black Belt every day by signing up for our daily newsletter.
Oh, man, I love that newsletter.
It comes out at 3:00 every day. Yeah. It's all the top headlines. And it's a really great way you just click on it and it takes you right to the story. It is free as well. All of our content is free. We do not charge. We do take donations. So blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, we have a fiscal sponsor. So if you do make a donation, it is tax deductible. So we have lots of ways of reaching you guys in the Black Belt. But one way we would love to have help is to send your news to us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We can't be everywhere while we try. Send your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And you can also be one of our community correspondents.
Boy, that would help.
Yeah, we have several community people that love writing for us and have just found that it's a lot of fun. And some of it's sports. Sometimes it's attending meetings because you're there already. You can take pictures, get video, and just even if you're just sending us some bullet points, we'll pay you for that because we can turn it into a story and help get us tentacles so that we can be in more communities than ever before, especially in what you've got right now. This is our community effort to work together to share the news of what's going on around us. And we, like I said, can't do it alone, but there's so many talented people out there that can help us do that.
Yep. It always makes it better. So we can cover more news.
It doesn't have to be a resume that I write stories and I know how to do all these things. We can turn you into a reporter.
Oh, sure. Not to mention, if you don't feel like writing, if you send us the information, we can turn it into a story. So even if you don't feel like doing the whole videos. Yeah,
we're trying to get where we can get videos of the different meetings, and then we can help turn it into a news story. But we can't have our button seats in every single meeting because a lot of them happen at the same time.
And some of us need 2 seats too, so you know.
Yeah, well, I do have an identical twin, but I can duplicate myself just once. Yeah, she's an engineer, not a writer. Okay. Let's launch into by far the most important story in the Black Belt in the last week.
Yes.
The Walmart shooting in Selma. So the update that we have on this is that there have been 4 arrests made, and the victim, there was an innocent bystander who was hit. So it was a fight that started in the Walmart. Inside Walmart while they were checking out. It continued into the parking lot. They shot at each other a lot. They didn't hit each other. I don't know how close they were to each other, but they didn't hit each other. Instead, they hit other people's cars and killed somebody that was in his car just sitting there. And that man is Marcus Martin, and his family has released some information about him. He played the organ in a lot of the churches around town. I do hear that he worked in some kitchens around town as well, was well known for being a good cook. And his service is going to be tomorrow. And you can go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to see about his funeral plans, service plans. Now, they did raise some money at GoFundMe, about $11,000 to the $17,000 goal. You can read more about that with us, too. So I'm going to play some video that you got, and you can tell us about this is the press conference that was held at Walmart last Saturday, the day after the shooting was on January 31st, which was a Friday night.
Right, and that's Lieutenant Blanks from the Selma Police Department standing next to Walmart manager James Lee Packard, and they were talking about the shooting and what happened. Lieutenant Blanks also had announced that 2 juveniles had been arrested Saturday in connection with that shooting, and then of course 2 adults were arrested later, as you've already talking about, and those were the 4 suspects in the shooting. So everybody involved has been arrested and is being held in Perry County Jail, Perry County Detention Center, on no bond until pending a court hearing. Don't have dates on their court hearing yet. Those obviously the parking lot where some of the bullets had landed, and of course the sad situation with the person who got shot. That's one of the adults that was shot. That's the 19-year-old, and then there was a 20-year-old who also got arrested. That's the Hunters. Both of them have the same last name. But unfortunately, it just got out of hand. People started shooting and little, skirmish at Walmart. Lieutenant Blanks was very adamant about the fact that it's still safe to go shopping. Mr. Packard also, it's still safe to go shopping at Walmart. And they've actually upped from what he said. They're going to up the police patrols around Walmart to kind of help the security.
Right. And it's interesting. The other things we've had come out, the district attorney has spoken out several times since this, because the juveniles, so those arrested of the 4, their ages 16, 17, 19, and 20. These are young adults,
Kids.
young teens, very young. And so and we actually have our front page story this week on the Selma Sun is about the youth and teen violence issues. That this is not the first time I've talked to Robert Turner about this. We talked in August after the 16-year-old sophomore was killed. He was shot in the head while he was on a cell phone in a drive-by, and that he died in August. And that was not the first shooting. There was another one in April that a teenager was shot, and that led to retaliation that caused Selma High School to close.
Yeah, that's right.
Several days ago on virtual learning because too many threats were saying they were going to come on campus. You'll have to read the stories at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to get the background on that, because it also includes some issues with the police department not coming to protect the department, and that had a lot of, the school campus. So you'll have to read that one to get the background. But it continues. Even Janie Thomas, who's ward commission or county council for Ward 7, has complained about a shooting that had 70 to 80 casings that was juveniles that were involved, that was in her ward. And this is becoming a community issue. And, Thomas, DA Thomas, or Turner, has suggested that there be tougher ownership laws for gun owners, like getting a permit, like you get a driver's license, that you'd actually have to take a safety test to get a gun ownership license, or even getting liability insurance if you own a gun, so that it can help toward those that get injured by guns if they have lawsuits. So and also universal background checks. So that was a controversial suggestion that he made.
Yeah, did you see some of the comments on Facebook when we posted that?
If you go to our Facebook page, especially Selma Sun newspaper on Facebook, you'll see the comments, because a lot of people don't like their Second Amendment rights being discussed as being taken away. And also the fact that they feel like if it's not safe, then they need to be armed in order to keep their families and themselves safe. So that's a really interesting discussion. Guys, go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and you'll see the stories. Follow us on Facebook, on social, Selma Sun newspaper. You'll get to see those comments.
A lot of people were mentioning the fact that, you can put all those regulations in place, but the criminals who get the guns, especially the young kids, they're
They're
not going to
still
do that
getting
anyway.
access, and they're getting them on the
So
streets.
go see what you think, and you leave a comment on our Facebook, and let's just kind of have a
That's
discussion.
right. This is what we're here for, is community engagement.
Right,
Let's
exactly.
talk. Yeah. So we're going to switch over to Vaughan Regional Medical Center has a new CEO, and that is fresh off the press today. It's hot
Yeah,
off
that's just happened today.
because that just was announced right before lunch. What we originally have for you guys is was going to tell you about a video that we have, an interview with outgoing CEO David McCormick, who has been with Vaughan since 2016. Tell us about that.
What a great! First of all, I have the honor of knowing Dave since he got here, and he is one of the most genuinely nicest, good people on earth, and he's worked hard to improve Vaughan Regional Medical Center since he's been here. He has increased a number of services, including the cancer center, the was it radiology? There's a lot of different things. We have a story online at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com that lists a lot of the things he's done. He talks about how much he enjoyed it here and how much he loves Selma, but he also talks about his grandkids, and he's going to spend time with them now that he is retiring. That video will be up. I'll send it to you this afternoon, Cindy, and we will be able to post that soon in the next few hours so that can be everybody can see it and hear what David has to say, because he's going to be sorely missed. But from what I understand, our incoming CEO is going to be just as good and kind of pick up the ball and run with it, the ball that Dave has passed on.
So the new CEO is Michael James, who served as the COO, so Chief Operating Officer, at Jackson Hospital last in Montgomery. Now, he was removed from his position in November as part of this restructuring that Jackson's been doing with some financial struggles. They also, Jackson Hospital just filed for bankruptcy. And we have a story at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com about that. So it is curious, coming from the helm of that difficulty to the helm of ours, which has its own challenges. But rural health is very challenging. And it's this guy has 30 years of experience. So hopefully that will be something that will play into his making good decisions for us.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now, as I've mentioned last week, as we're launching into 2025, it's a municipal election year. We thought we were done with elections in 24, but now we're drilling down. And there's going to be elections in August for several, every municipality pretty much is going to have their mayor and council up. And so Selma's let me take this off, have announced their candidates. Johnny Moss III is one of them. He's at Wallace. This is Havard Spencer. He is has a long history in healthcare system and owning his own business. And then you've got Tamika Sykes works with the city council. So currently she works on their staff. So she's got, I believe there's 24 years of experience in government. Jamal Sanders has run for other offices before. He is a minister in town. So got some that are, putting their hat in the ring, and some are well known in town, some not as well known. Now, Havard Spencer has run again. He ran in the 2020 election. Right. The others are newcomers, although Sanders has run for other stuff like governor and district office. So some of them experienced in election things, some in the mayor's race itself. So we'll see. Well, we're waiting also who else is going to run for offices in the other.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. This is still kind of early, so there may be more folks throwing their hat in the ring before it's all over with. So
right. The 2020 election had 12 candidates running for mayor.
Yeah, right.
We're at 4. So we probably do have a lot more.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be more.
Tell me about this UA business program that is We've done a few stories on this, but tell me about it.
It is, and I'm going to have a really good interview with, that's Preston McGee. He is He's actually a native of Plantersville. He went to Dallas County High School, graduated 2019. He's got 2 undergrad degrees and a master's in business. The business school at the University of Alabama wanted to do some things to help communities around the state, and they chose Selma. Well, one of the things that you'll find out in this interview, which also is coming real soon in the next few hours, that they wanted to do something other than just go in, spruce the place up, and then leave. They wanted to have a long-lasting effect. So they have started the Selma Resilience Initiative through the Alabama School of Business. And what they're doing is trying to help entrepreneurs, help current business owners to learn how to do better business, learn how to make their businesses successful. It is something that's going to be going on for a long term. There's a number of events that they've got planned that are coming up. March 27th, they call it the River Pitch, and he explains it in the video. It's a way for someone who wants to start a business to get the idea in front of the proper people and maybe even win some money to help start the business. So all that's going to be in the video interview. Very interesting and very promising that these folks in Selma can get some help and get some direction, because, you know, it doesn't matter, especially in today's world, everything is so competitive and there's so much out there. Having someone who has that experience and that knowledge to bring it to you or to whomever and help you focus your business so it'll be more successful. And if the businesses are successful, then more people come to town. You have more recreational things. It's all connected. And so this is one of the ways that we can help make Selma and Dallas County even more successful. So that interview is coming up as well. It's going to be really informative.
All right. I didn't put up here, and I forgot to mention that Selma's superintendent search has narrowed. This is from the original meeting, but they now have 3 candidates. Oh yeah, I have an interview with, speaking of Johnny Moss, let's run that. Our community correspondent, Angela Benjamin, gathered this video for us that talks about the search narrow. They went from 5 candidates to 3. So let's listen.
Okay, so we're here at the special call meeting of the Selma City Schools School Board, and they were discussing the final 5 superintendents, and they have now narrowed it down to 3. Mr. President, tell us what just happened, what took place, and what's next.
Well, initially we had planned to come in with and narrow this selection down to 2. However, after discussion, we feel that we need further reference checks. We're still doing the reference checks, and we've narrowed it down to Davion Lewis, Tara Smith, and David Scott.
Okay, can you tell us where those 3 people are from, please?
Mr. Lewis is from Indiana. Ms. Smith, she works the State Department, but she's from Selma, and Mr. Scott's from Tuscaloosa.
Okay, and we heard that there was some concern about one of the candidates, and we were all listening in the audience and wondering why there were concerns. Are you able to speak about that, or we need to wait until Tuesday?
Yeah, I would wait. It was just it's just a healthy discussion. We're doing references, and we want to be as transparent as possible. This conversation had to take place in the open meeting.
Absolutely.
And so we wanted to show the community that that if we had concerns and or we needed more information, that we could have this at this meeting, in this discussion in front of the public, and be as transparent as possible.
Okay, and then finally, you said this gives you more time to go and check more references.
Right.
And so Tuesday, what do we expect Tuesday?
Tuesday, if all goes well, we will name a superintendent. However, I need to go back and check with those candidates to see if they're still available. Everyone's looking for a superintendent right now, and they might not even want to come to Selma at this point. So we don't know, but we want to make sure that they're still available and they're still viable candidates.
Okay, Graham.
Yeah, so actually that's a good point. Montgomery is looking for a superintendent right now. Demopolis is looking for a superintendent right now. So, and Dallas County will be in June.
Right.
When the current superintendent does not renew his contract. So yes, he's right. There are a lot of searching out there for superintendents. So yeah, that was a very good answer from him. We appreciate that. And that's Johnny Moss, who is the president of the Selma City School Board. Okay. Hey, there is a meeting coming up, going to the Marengo, Hale County. This is West Alabama corridor or highway that's getting expanded. There is a meeting that's coming up in Thomasville, and it's going to be at the Thomasville Civic Center.
That's the mayor of Thomasville on the left.
Yeah, so this was the meeting before. So it's on February 13th. Yeah. And this is a previous meeting similar to this, where they've been having a lot of these corridor meetings to show what's going to be happening to 4-laning. And it's the one that leads to Greensboro. Yeah, here's your Tuscaloosa through Greensboro, through Marengo County, all the way to, Dixon Mills to Thomasville. So that is an interesting, mark your calendars, February 13th. It is at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com if you want to know the exact times for that meeting. Oh yeah, I wanted to switch to something that's kind of fun. Black belt basketball teams have been doing very well in the area championships. I'm going to give you a little roundup here because we've been posting them. Like I even posted some this morning because the games were last night. So it's just been hot this week. So RC Hatch in Uniontown, both girls and boys won the area championship for 1A. Both of them beat Keith to get that title.
Wow, cool.
Wilcox Central, the boys won their area championship. Selma, the Lady Saints, they won their area championship. The boys came up just short, which is funny because they had a undefeated record in the conference, but they're not finished because the sub-regional is next in order to work for the state title. And most of these teams do get a chance at a higher title. They just didn't win the area championship. So check blackbeltnewsnetwork.com at sports. We have a ton of coverage up there, trying to do some roundup ones as well if we can't catch all of them. It's very exciting to see them doing well. So it's been a busy week for the basketball teams. Oh, and I do have a video from Angela Benjamin as well of one of the Selma Lady Saints. Let's hear what she had to say.
High school, and there has been so many announcements between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. However, there was a big announcement tonight on the Lady Saints team by the lone senior, the only senior on the team, hit a career high of 1,275 points tonight, and she was recognized mid-court. Tell us who you are and how you feel about that.
My name is Jakira Oliver. It's an amazing feeling. I'm very happy.
Were you surprised?
Yes, I was surprised because I didn't know I had 1,000 points. I was surprised.
What did you thought happened when the game stopped?
I thought something happened. Then they came out to me, everybody started crowding around, giving me a picture. I'm like, what happened?
And they presented you this picture. Did you realize that's what was going on by that time?
Yes.
And you are a senior here. Tell everybody what position you play.
I play shooting guard, sometimes PG.
And how did you feel about winning the area championship with your team?
It's an amazing feeling because it been I think years since Selma High girls won the area tournament, and it's an amazing feeling to experience that moment.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Y'all see it right here in Saints Nation. Oh, you were the MVP. We didn't talk about that. You were the MVP as well. Were you not?
No.
I was. The MVP as well. Y'all, she got a lot of box checked off in the resume. We'll be seeing her soon.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
My cheeks
Congratulations.
hurt from smiling at that one. That one really made me happy.
Yeah,
So
look how
and
big she was smiling too. I mean, she was happy. You know,
and she
yeah,
didn't even know she
rightfully
was
so.
angry. Well, I love how she's wearing the net because winners can
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
that.
exactly.
I
Yeah, I
love
thought that
it.
was cool.
Yeah, and so that is our cute community correspondent. You can be one too. And you can grab a video and ask them the same questions. This is just her cell phone. Um,
Yeah.
Everybody carries one. We would love to have reaction from different players and MVPs. Grab that and text it or email it to us. Let
Please.
me put this back up. Hold
And
on.
you can do it for news events and sporting
News
events.
at
And,
blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. That made me smile, and I hope everybody else watching this got to smile with that too.
yeah.
We're trying to celebrate together as a community. I know we had to open with a shooting at Walmart, but the plan for us is to be a community connector where we get to share in our joys as well as in our sadness,
Yeah.
and then also in our problem solving, because we got to be here to work together to come up with how we're going to fix this, and that we hope that we can help with that. Sign up for our daily newsletter. You can make sure you can get the headlines, and even I'm going to put that on as a reel and on TikTok. Her interview, I just haven't done it yet, but I will today. That's so fun, and that made me smile, and I want everybody else to get to smile like that.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that just totally made my day, getting to end with that. We have other stuff too. Now we do Black Belt Outdoors now.
Yes. And we've got some fishing tournaments coming up, and I've got some phone calls in to get some interviews, and because we're getting to that time of year, hunting season, deer hunting season's coming out, turkey season's just around the corner.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about that coming up the next few weeks too. So
follow us on Facebook for it's called Black Belt Outdoors, and I actually just posted something today about turkey hunting. And
good. I hadn't seen that one yet. I got to go see it.
So we're trying to populate that and grow that so we can all talk about the fun stuff. When you get your best deer, send that picture and we will post it and share and enjoy together.
Right.
And that's following us on Facebook. We'll help you do that. But you can also email us your information and what y'all have done and where we need to be. Actually, my son went to the river club here in Demopolis last night. He's joining that club that has some tournaments coming up.
You talk about a beautiful.
They do Miller's Ferry, and then of course they do Tallapoosa and the Black Warrior.
Well, speaking of Wilcox County and fishing, I just got literally as we were doing this newscast, I got a text from our friends down at Roland Cooper, Jennifer. Roland Cooper State Park Outdoor Day, February 15th, 2025. This when I say it just came in, it literally popped up about 3 minutes ago. And she's asking me to spread
I love
that.
Roland Cooper so much. And they
and this
awesome
is Jennifer Rubel. Yeah,
Jennifer's
Rubel
great.
that runs the place. She is the sweetest. She's awesome. But that's February 15th. I'm going to find out more about it. I'm going to spread this link.
Yes.
And we be there for that. We don't want to miss out on that one. That'll be fun.
I want to go to that too. Awesome. Hey, okay. So I always like to thank our sponsors.
Don't you want to do the roundup first, though?
What?
Didn't you want to do the roundup first, though?
Oh, did I forget the roundup?
You did.
Black Belt Roundup. Never too late for the Black Belt Roundup. Yeah. What you got?
Oh, one thing I have is obviously now we got the February 15th at Roland Cooper State Park, but Dewani Fields on County Road 58 in Perry County today or tomorrow they're actually having a World War II reenactment. But in October there's going to be a big open to the public World War II reenactment.
Wow! But
before that, the last weekend in March and the first weekend in April, a huge Renaissance fair open to the public. You can put in Dawani, it's DALWHINNIE, Dewani Fields. We're going to have more on that as it gets closer, but everybody's invited to that. There's going to be medieval music, jousting, sword fighting. It's going to be a really fun event. April 5th, even though Dewani will have that going on April 5th, and Old Cahaba, they'll be celebrating the 200th anniversary of General Lafayette's visit to Cahaba. General
Ooh.
Lafayette, the big Revolutionary War hero and friend of George Washington. I almost said George Harrison. Oops, that's a different era. But that, and I'm actually participating in both. I'm going to act, and I'm going to do medieval the first weekend and act and do lines. Then the next weekend, I'm going to move about 300 or 400 years into the future and welcome Lafayette as he steps off the boat. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. But those are two big events coming up in Dallas County and Perry County over the next couple of weeks.
Also, the Demopolis Chamber is having their big event, and they have announced, and we have it at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, the winners and honorees for this year's celebration is going to be on February 27th, and it's at the Demopolis Civic Center, and it's a Mardi Gras theme, which sounds really fun.
Oh, fun.
Oh, and I do have one more. I'm so glad you brought me back to this, because I also have something really fun about the robotics competition.
Yeah.
R.B. Hudson STEAM Academy had participated in. They had some top 10 wins. Wow. And Valencia Benjamin, one of our correspondents, community correspondents, she got this awesome video from Alan Bearden, who is their coach.
From R.B. Hudson, we took 2 teams of students to Wallace on Saturday for the VEX Rapid Relay tournament. We had 8 students who attended, and they were given a challenge back several months ago of a game, the Rapid Relay game, where they had to construct a robot to compete in the event. In the event, they were randomly assigned a partner to work together with for the challenges. They had to operate their robot to throw the ball into the goal and come up with strategies of how to do that. They also got points for passing the ball back and forth, so they came up with a plan to get the most points. They also had a self-driving autonomous challenge where they could program their robot to move around the course autonomously. So they had the coding challenge part. The students are very engaged, and they're learning 21st century skills of coding and robotics. So the students loved it. It was a good Saturday, and we will compete again. Hyundai has given us a grant to fund the robotics program, and we'll be traveling on Thursday for another competition. So we will learn from what we did on the competition at Wallace and hopefully improve on Thursday. So it's a good skill in getting the students to see how they've done and then make improvements for the next tournament.
With the Hyundai grant, do you guys want to share the amount and the name of the competition for Hyundai, or?
They sponsored it's the same VEX Rapid Relay. So they gave Selma City Schools, I believe it was $60,000. I would have to look at that, but all of the schools, all of the elementary schools and R.B. Hudson have a robotics team through the grant, and the grant paid for the kits. The kits are each school got 2 kits. We have kits from previous years too that still work together with those kits. So we have a lot of kits, and each school got a competition game board.
So there's some details in there that's really cool, and that's a good set of money. But the skills they're getting to do, that's pretty awesome.
And just think what those kids potentially could go on to invent and discover and do for society in the future. That is a wonderful program. That is fantastic.
Yes. Okay.
I wish I'd have gotten into something like that when I was younger.
I know, it looks like fun. Yeah. Now we are going to thank our sponsor.
Woo! Now we thank Mr. Miller. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Miller Funeral Services. Give a thoughtful final gift to your family. Pre-planning really helps the family know what it is that you want. And oh, which way do I go? There I am. Call today, 334-874-9081. And we take donations. I do like to say, hey, all of our content is free. We do that on purpose because we want everyone to have access to what we're writing about. But we can't do it for free forever, and we want to. So help us keep going. Donate. You can go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and there's a red donate button in the corner, or you can go to this QR code. Any little bit helps. Be a sustaining donor where you can have an auto pay every month, $10. We have one that does $30 a month. It's really awesome. And without you guys, we can't keep doing this. And that's how we get Angela and Valencia and Letty does all of our sports content. Good grief. She is everywhere doing the sports and loves it and is really having a blast doing it. And we love paying them for doing that for us. So help us keep that going.
Is that everything?
Almost. You can be a sponsor. Email us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Let us know a good company you think would be a good sponsor, or if you yourself would like to sponsor and help us out. And also follow us. This is where you'll find out all the good stuff we've got going on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, Black Belt News at Black Belt News Network. And we have thousands and thousands of followers. And that is the best way also to keep up with us. That in the daily newsletter.
Yeah.
So
I love that newsletter.
We will see you guys next week.
Yes, we will.
And until then, let us know what we need to be covering and give us a shout out. You can actually comment while we're here, and but we'll see you guys next Friday at noon.
Next Friday. Hey, by the way, be watching. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be rainy. We'll see you next Friday.
See ya.